Hello darlings, this is Beloglazova-Radulovich and this is my channel about Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian and Montenegrin languages. Today I'm going to talk about melodics. In the previous video I was talking about some basic characteristics of the language, and today I'm going to start from the first one, from the first interesting part that is common to all the four languages. Doesn't matter how we call it. In the previous video I was talking about how we should call this language. What is it? 4 languages, 1 language? So you can find this video in my channel. It's the previous one, and today we are going to talk about the melodics. This is the main characteristics of, it doesn't matter is it 4 or 1 language, this is the basic characteristics of all of them. So what does it mean that these languages are melodical? Well, first of all, the most important thing in all these languages is how we pronounce, not how we write. What does it mean? It means for us that we have one main rule that we can apply to all the grammar and all the writings, all the orthography in this language or languages, is that you write how you read exactly what is written, which means that in the words there is no hidden consonants, there is no hidden vowels, there is no double consonants, double vowels. It's impossible in the language. We write exactly the way we pronounce, and we read exactly how it's written. We don't make anything up. That's the main thing. Why this is the main principle? Well, first of all, because in 19th century, when the literary language was built up by Vuk Karadžić and Ludwig Gaj, 2 big linguists, the main problem was that most of the population who would speak Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian and Montenegrin language couldn't write or read on this language. This was the main problem. So they tried to construct a melodical, grammatical system that would be suitable, that would be very easy as possible to learn. So this is helping us, because we have the situation when as we pronounce, we write, as we write, we read. This is the main thing that we should know. So we start with the understanding that this is a characteristics of these languages that is helping us study, that is making it easier for us. But there is other part of it. There is other side of this rule, is that we need to pronounce, as pronunciation is the most important part of the language. Melodics is more important than writings. So we need really to pay attention on how we pronounce. We need really to learn first the melody of the language. We need really to pay attention in the small details, in the small we need to be really careful with pronouncing, because when the language is melodical, if we pronounce a little bit different than native speakers are used to, they're not going to understand us. So the first thing that we need to take into consideration, pronunciation is everything for us. It is very important to learn how to pronounce the sounds, how to pronounce the consonants and the vowels exactly the way they should be pronounced, not changing anything. For example, like in English, my pronunciation is not so good, but still you understand me, because in English the pronunciation is not as important as in Serbian. If I would be speaking with this kind of accent in Serbian or Montenegrin, I think I would be in trouble. I'm joking. Anyhow, the main characteristics, the main important thing that we should know about this language, this language is melodical. All the sounds are very important. So the first step we're going to take in studying, in learning, we're going to be very careful with all the sounds. We're going to study alphabet really good. You can skip some grammar topics and still be understood, but you cannot skip you cannot skip the part where you learn how to pronounce exactly the sounds in the alphabet. So the first thing, we write as we say it, we read it as it's written. Developed by Vuk Karadžić and Ludovit Gaj, two amazing people that we're going to talk of a lot. Second one, the emphasis in the word is not falling, is not going to one vowel. Instead, it's going, we're emphasizing all the vowels that exist in the word. For example, if we take like short words, like loš, bed, nos, nose, grad, town, we have just one vowel, so the emphasis goes sharp. We're lifting by the intonation sharply this one vowel. As soon as we have more than one, for example, in the words dobar, good, slikovit, picturesque, prekrasan, divan, amazing, beautiful. We have the situation when we have more than one vowels. So what happens here? The thing is, in most of the languages, we would emphasize just one vowel and all the other would be going low by the intonation. In this amazing four languages, or one language, as you wish to call them, we are actually emphasizing all of them. We are lifting all the vowels we have. We are lifting all the vowels we have, and the emphasis is not going sharp on one vowel. Instead, it's going like a wave on all the vowels. It's very beautiful, isn't it? So, for example, listen to this: dobar, slikovit, prekrasan, divan. So you hear that we pronounce very clearly, very articulative, all the vowels, but one of the vowel is more articulative than others. So that is how it goes. Dobar, slikovit, prekrasan. It's very important to open our mouths wide when we speak Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, and Montenegrin. It's the same situation with the same situation as with the Spanish and Italian. It's also articulation is extremely important. It's crucial in for the native speakers to understand you. So the emphasis does not go on one vowel, instead it goes like a wave. But what is also interesting, that if we take a sentence, not just one word, but a sentence, we also have the situation with wave. Waves are actually very good to describe the melodical system of Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, and Montenegrin, because they give us the clear picture of what is happening here. So if we, for example, take a long sentence, let's say, Moj susjed Marko je inženjer. So my neighbor Marko is an engineer. Moj susjed Marko je inženjer. So you see that all the words in this sentence are somehow connected, and the wave that we were observing in the form of one word, we can observe also here that comes from one word to another. All the words are connected in the sentence. Let's say one more. Moja koleginica Marija je mlada majka. So you can see that we pronounce all the vowels very openly. We pronounce them clear, we pronounce them articulative, and we connect melodically all the words together in the sentence. I forgot to translate this. So my colleague Marija is a young mother. Moja koleginica Marija je mlada majka. So you see how we connected and how we have this wave, we formed the wave. What is important, there are some vowels which are more important than others. No, all of them are important, we should be politically correct, but actually there are some vowels that are dominant in the word. If we see them, we can say we have to pronounce them really, really good. So these vowels would be O, A, E. You can notice that when I'm pronouncing them very, very wide. So it's O, A, E. You can see. So we need to pay attention on these vowels. If we meet them in the words, we should be very careful how we pronounce it. It should be very articulative. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to talk about alphabet. I'm going to tell you how we divide soft consonants from the sharp consonants, from the Soft from, what is the opposite of soft? Hard. So soft and non-soft consonants, which how do we pronounce all the vowels? It's very important to learn alphabet, very good, as I said before, and I'm going to read some stuff, but before we're going to learn alphabet, I think it's very important to understand the principle, to understand that the most important thing in this language is pronunciation, is melodics, which comes most probably, in my opinion, it comes from Venetian Republic, which had a huge impact on this territory and changed and had a huge impact on the language, of course. And we can see the melodical sound of Italian language as the basement of this. We can hear how Italians speak. I think it's kind of similar. Melodical system is very similar in Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, and Montenegrin, and in Italian. How much easier is it for Italian teachers? They have just one name for the topic they teach. Amazing. So the melodical system is very similar to Italian language, as opposite to, like, for example, French language, where we have a lot of hidden sounds, hidden letters, hidden vowels and stuff, as opposite to English language, which also has a lot of not easy moments in orthography when we write completely something different of what we say. Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, and Montenegrin is easy to write, but we need to really be careful on how we pronounce it. Pronunciation is going to be our main goal during all the studies, till the end of the studies with this language. Pronunciation will be our main instrument, but also I think our main challenge, because pronunciation is not that easy in the language, and native speakers, they pay a lot of attention on the details of how we pronounce, and they're not going to understand us if we change it a little bit. So we have to understand this is crucial. The thing I would suggest you is to get yourself introduced to the language before you start with the grammar. I think it's very nice, even if you didn't study any grammar, just to download some audiobooks or find a YouTube channel you can listen to, and first of all, introduce yourself to how it sounds. For example, when I first heard Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, and Montenegrin, back then it was just Serbian. It was easier times. When I first heard this language, I was charmed. I was just so surprised, like, how amazing does it sound? What kind of a beautiful language is it? And I knew from the first moment I need to know everything about this beauty. I was actually 14 years old. It was so long ago. And now I have a kid who is native speaker of Montenegrin language. I've been married to a person who is native speaker of Serbian Montenegrin language. He doesn't know for sure what is it, Serbian and Montenegrin. And and I had all my life is connected to this language, but it all started, my professional life also, as you can see, but it all started at that moment when I heard this amazing magical sounds. It was so amazing, it was so melodical, it was so, I would say it was poetic, as I can describe it, if it's a correct thing to say. So I think that the first step in education, in learning this language, is to get charmed by it. I think it's to fall in love with it. So to fall in love with it, I think that you should start with listening, with no understanding, just listening, with no attempts to find some meaning in the words, just to get introduced to it. For example, let's say it's your exotic friend, and you just listen to what he or she's saying, and enjoy the sound. So that would be your homework. Find some audio information. Actually, you can find in the link below, you can find my Telegram channel, where I share audiobooks, audio materials, different stuff that can help you, other books that can help you, that can be helpful in your studies of Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, and Montenegrin. And I would say First we listen, we get charmed, we get in love with this language, then we learn alphabet, next video. Before that we make our mind clear about how do we call this language, Montenegrin, Bosnian, Croatian. Nobody has the clear understanding of the topic, but still, let's try it. It was my previous video in English, actually the first one in the channel. And yeah, I wish you all the great luck with this language. I think it's amazing and beautiful. And yeah, on the links below you can see how you can donate to the channel, because you know the plastic fur coats don't pay for themselves. Actually, yeah, it's a joke, but it would be very useful for the channel, because I try to make free educational videos for everybody. It would be very useful, and you would help other people who don't have possibility to pay for the studies, to get the information. So if you can donate, it is welcome here. You can find the information below, and you can also contact me about the classes and other my projects that you can see. And thank you for listening. Hvala što ste bili. Hvala što ste slušali. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Bili ste divni. You were amazing. Bili ste divni. You were amazing public, amazing listeners. Doviđenja.